I'm on my way to the remote west coast of Tasmania, an island state of Australia that sits below the mainland, surrounded by the Southern Ocean. I'm headed to the mountainous Tyndall Range, the area earmarked for a new multi-million-dollar tourist attraction. Okay, that's not what I was expecting to see. I'll see if there's another way in here. G'day boys and girls, how you going? Matsy here. I'm on the west coast of Tasmania, the isolated west coast, and I'm standing at the foot of the Tyndall Range, basically up and over these mountains here. There's a plateau, and that's where a new hike is going to be set up that's got sort of glamping cabins and one campground, of course, for tents, just one. Yeah, I thought we'd come out here and take a look at this beautiful and pristine wilderness area before they come in and start bringing in tens of thousands of people. Let's go. There's been a fair bit of rain, so I dare say there'll be a bit of mud on the track. This is known for being one of the wettest environments in Tasmania over here on the west coast. We're also in for a sunny couple of days, so it's actually, I think he said it was going to be about 28 degrees today, and think about 24 or something tomorrow. I may have mentioned it in another video, I'm not sure, but Tasmania's got 3 snakes, only three types, and they'll all kill you. That's why I've got my snakebite bandages, so no matter where I go, if I drop pack, I've always got the snakebite bandages on me, my SOS device, knife, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, the west coast is very isolated, so these power lines probably provide power to every single town, and when I say every single, there's probably like 4 of them. The west coast is known for all its old mining towns, which, you know, at one point were bustling and thriving, and eventually when everything dries up, things get pretty quiet. One big tip that I've been reminded of constantly here in Tasmania: don't try to avoid the mud puddles or the water, because you're going to cop it at, you know, multiple stages of your hike, so just embrace it. As I was just saying, that's the check-in book. Straight into it, boys and girls, let's go. Whoa, oh, all the way up to the Anus. This is Tasmania, boys and girls, rugged. As I was saying earlier, this part of Tassie is known to be wet. They describe it as wet, and I'm like, what do you describe the rest of Tasmania as if you describe this as wet? Tell you what, when you build those huts down there, don't build them the new bloody path in here with all the nice timber boards, just send them this way. Charge them $2,000 and then make them walk this way, I say. If I don't die from 17 snake bites before I get off this mountain, it's a goddamn miracle. Alright, we've started to go uphill. Going somewhere up here. So the UV rating for today, I'm pretty sure it was 11, which is like bloody red hot dot max UV. In Sydney or in New South Wales, obviously going to be the same in Victoria and South Australia. We talk about how the sun burns you because we're so close to a hole in the ozone layer. Well, Tasmania is basically right under that hole with the rest of Antarctica. Ay, ay, ay. Up. Up and up we go. Tell you what, it is a bit of hard yakka, and I think to enjoy places like this, you do have to respect the place and earn it. Okay, we're nearing the top, I think. Not the top of the mountain, but the top of this section of range. It's just littered with glacial lakes up here. Hopefully we can jump in one for a swim. That there's called Whitlam's Bluff. And you know how a lot of the time surveyors or explorers, when they, you know, were exploring uncharted lands, and they would come across a feature of note, and they would name it after like a high-ranking member of society back home, or someone who sponsored the expedition, or a king or queen or whatever. Do you reckon the explorer that named that, do you reckon when he got back to, let's say, London, do you reckon he went up to this this officer or this royalty, and he said, "Hey Whitlam, guess what? Guess what, mate? I called your bluff. I called your bluff." Or did Sir Whitlam say to John, "You called my bluff, John"? And John was like, "What?" He said, "You called my bluff." My mother's maiden name is Sedgwick. Shout out to the Sedgwick family. And there's a mountain here somewhere on this range called Mount Sedgwick. I'm not trying to claim to be related to the person that mountain's named after, or the person that founded that mountain. But I'm just saying the chances are, higher than if your surname isn't. Well, I know my surname's not Sedgwick, but it's in my blood. So if you don't have like Sedgwick in your blood, then my chances are higher than yours of being related to that mountain. Shit. I've also just realized that, a lot of these mountains would have already had indigenous names, right? And then some Europeans have just come along and said, "Oh, that's called this now, put that on our official maps." But that still doesn't mean anything to the indigenous people, right? It's not like they go, oh, the name's changed because it's on your maps. All right, lads, we start calling it that from now on. So with, this new understanding of this, I could essentially just come out here and rename every single one of these mountains. I could just call all of these Matsy Mountain. That one's Matsy Mountain. No, that's Matsy's Bluff. I'll let Mount Sedgwick stay as Mount Sedgwick because that's in my blood. And in my world, I've claimed that for my people, my blood brethren, my family tree. So we'll jot that down in our maps, and then that's that. A couple of packs. Those lads have probably gone up to the mountain or down to the lake. What'll I do? Do I go up to the mountain or do I go down to the lake? It's 4:20. Let's go up to the mountain. Let's go up to the mountain. It's not even far, but I'm going to take my pack up. I don't know, it feels weird just leaving it there like that. What a stunning place. It's Wednesday. It's a bloody Wednesday. I'm just out here just walking by myself on this range. Life's a funny thing if you let it be, you know what I'm saying? I just want to point this out. So this range, right, that they're going to put this huge hike in, that they're going to promote all around the world as a reason to come to Tasmania. Just like 3 capes. We've got like 50 people on the track each day, literally like every day of the week. 10,000 plus people a year stomping across the whole place. This range has been here this whole time. This mountain, right? People who really, really enjoy nature and enjoy hiking and the solitude that it offers. Look at the track that they've left after, a lifetime of this place being hiked. That's it, that's the trail. Bit of pink tape. There's no other trail. I haven't skirted off on a random one. This is the trail. And they want to turn a place like this into a bloody multi-million-dollar tourist attraction. I think it's shameful, personally, when they won't let me walk off track if I'm filming, for my YouTube channel. For, I don't know, the only known reason they would have for that is because they don't want to promote off-track hiking. They don't want to promote off-track hiking that leaves a trail like this after 100 years of bushwalking, but they want to go and spend millions of dollars to build luxury cabins, some options of which your regular bloody citizen can't afford. And kiss my ass. There's got to be other ways of raising that money. 360 degrees wilderness. Look at this. It's Jurassic. That is Jurassic. And for everybody who's thinking, oh, you're no better because you're naming this place on YouTube, the only places where I name, like specifically where I am, is places that are already blown out by national parks and tourism. Right? It's the only time. Like the Three Capes track, I named that place because it's the bloody Three Capes track, right? This is about to turn, this is about to have 10,000 people a year walking through the heart of that. 50 people on this trail at all times, more or less. I'm naming it because I want to highlight what this place is like now and what it's been like, so that, you know, in a few years from now or a couple of years from now, when that trail is finished, yeah, you start seeing all the tourism for it all over the bloody internet, and you know, the peaceful, beautiful, more or less untouched place that it was before. Wow. Bloody hell, I've had a good waffle. So I'm just taking a look at the proposed route, and from what I can make out, you come off a four-wheel drive track over here and see where the shadow's been cast on that, what looks like a hook on that sort of ridge there. You come down and around and sort of zigzag your way up here, and there's a little lake there, a little tarn, whatever you want to call it, that is called Lake Huntley. There's going to be, apparently going to be a hut built somewhere, so that'll be the first night. And then a little bit further around, when we get over the other side, I'll show you the rest. But there's going to be a campground, but if you choose to do the camping option with your tent, it's essentially a one-night hike, so you don't even get the two-night experience. You have to pay extra money for that, unless you stay 2 nights in the one place. Like, so stupid. I don't know, am I just being an old man? Am I being an old man? I don't think I am. So Mount Tyndall was, I believe, 1,179 meters above sea level, which makes it one of the Ables of Tasmania. I think, I couldn't tell you how many are there. I'll put it on the screen right now. Over 100. And I think that it's mountains that are over 1,000 meters in height. A pretty cool thing to have, you know, in your backyard, considering Tasmania is not very big. It's really cool. Just had a snake crawl right across the track, literally right in front of me. Just a little one too. Might have been a white lip, but don't know. Anyway, now to dance. Now to dance past. I nearly stepped right on top of him. Lucky for both of us I didn't, because if he'd bitten me, I would have absolutely kung fu'd his ass. The west coast stands in the direct path of the roaring 40s. Its windy, wet and unpredictable weather, along with its isolation due to dense forests and rugged terrain, it's no wonder so much of this area remains untouched and undeveloped. 2-foot landing. Wow, look at it down there. Holy moly. It looks like the land before time. Let's get down there. Make haste. What is this place? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do your eyes see what my eyes see? I've never been in one spot and just wanted to camp in 30 different places at one time. First of all, anywhere down there Anywhere around that lake would be absolutely sublime. Look at these like rock pools, mate. What? Look at these deep walls with the water. It looks like something out of, I don't know, Kakadu or something. I just checked the maps. That little stunning lake that was over that side, I'm pretty sure that place is called Symphony Lake. And that is absolutely fitting. That is absolutely fitting. Symphony Lake. It's beautiful. That's the best word. That's the best name they could have called it. It's like a symphony to the eyes. Wow. Oh my lord. Oh, I need to go for a swim, but we also just need to find a campground. I need dice. I need to roll dice right now. I'm gonna walk along these rocks and just have another look at Symphony Lake. This place is unreal. This is literally incredible. Ah, far out. Far out. I wonder if it's called Symphony Lake because the wind just absolutely belts through there and your tent walls become a symphony. I've never been so bamboozled in my life, honestly. I've stood here for like 10 minutes just staring down there thinking it looks peaceful, but would I rather look out at the big lake with the cliffs behind it? Probably. That looked really pretty from afar, but I think close up the bigger one will be more pretty. This is just a never-ending labyrinth of beauty. Bloody hell, it's even got a little day spa up the back there, can you see it? Big rock wall behind it. Bloody hell. That is a hell of a spot. That is a hell of a spot, everybody. Even here, you could camp right here. Camp right here. Flat, as soft as you like, and watch the sun go down over there. And then probably put some cool colours on there. Oh, this is tough. It's tough being me right now. I don't know, even this is so gorgeous. Imagine having tent right there and I'm just cooking up supper, looking out at that. Just sitting here by tent, cooking supper, having a cold bevy. I've got a little bloody pine tree over here and a sunset and a giant lake. Just copping the wind that will be blasting off the lake, let's be honest. That's a pencil pine. That's half a pencil pine. From what I understand, you can find your direction. I'm making this up. I don't know if you can do that here, but this is what they do, I think, in like Alaska and Canada and stuff. This is non-factual, right? It maybe. You know what? You can work out your direction based off how the branches are, the way the branches are facing on a tree. As you can see here, there's almost zero branches growing out this side of the tree. They're all facing that way, which tells me the roaring 40s, the roaring 40s are coming along here and just pelting that direction. But the forecast says that the winds are quite light. Oh, what do you, Grace, what do you call this plant? Oh, she's gonna kill me for this. This plant here is native only to Tasmania, I believe. I don't think it grows anywhere else in the world, just here in Tasmania. And the leaves go bright red at a certain time of year, and it's really, really pretty. Endemic to Tasmania, which is pretty cool. I do think that the Symphony Lake would offer the best protection from the wind. Maybe we'll find our way down there. Alright, off we go to the promised land. In the colossal halls of wild places, I am subject to the knowledge that I am but a guest. For I will come and go from this earth, but the mountains will remain eternal. Look at this. wine country. No country for old men. That's where we are, I'll tell you that much for free. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, what is this sanctuary? That's what it is. Oh my goodness, boys and girls, are you seeing what my eyes are? No. Look at the way that light is hitting that perfectly flat bit of grass with the pine tree next to it. And that's a symphony. The vegetation around me right now, the smell of the air, the temperature. Oh, it's beautiful. There's all these little bugs flying around in the sunshine, the sounds of the birds. Lost. I'm not even putting this on. I can't believe this. I feel like this is the place people dream about. This is the place I dream about. I quite happily set up my tent right there. Right here next to this pine tree overlooking this gorgeous little pond. Little glacier pond. Wow. To the victor go the spoils! Grace's Pond is what I'm calling this one. Grace's Pond, because it's makes me feel good and it's nice to look at. We'll just walk down. We're very close. We'll just walk down to the Symphony Lake, but we'll keep this one in mind. I'm not religious, but I'm feeling very spiritual. We did it. This is a spa bath I was talking about behind Symphony Lake. It's that stream, that waterfall you can hear over there, rushes down through here and ends up here. Backs onto these rocks. Just this pretty little pond. Well, who wants to say it? It's probably not better than the other place, but very beautiful still. And I think the wind is still gonna slam me if it drops down off that rise over there. It's just going to drop down, shoot across the water and absolutely devastate me. But it's pretty. Just look at that. Is that not just stunning, hey? Look at that gnarly old boy. Oh hell. Fit for a Christmas tree. Pretty. Very pretty. I'm just Scotty gone walkabouting up here. See what we see. What's he even doing? Hey, he's just going to walk forever. Look at that plain. That bloody mountain range through there. Let's go have a look at it. Has all the hours of daylight in the world. He's going to set up in dark. He's going to set up in nighttime. Oh, whoa! Is that the bloody moonscape over there? There's a pyramid. Let thy vengeance be swift. I often wonder about the connection between ourselves and all living things, how we are created from that which sustains our mother and father, such as plants, the creatures, the running water, and that when we pass we return to the earth, to once again become a part of many different living things. It seems easy enough to imagine the physical body going through this transition, but what of the human conscience or the spirit? Does it too return to the earth and begin a new cycle? Does it move on to an afterlife? Or does it disappear from existence entirely? And if so, why? What makes it non-physical like the rest of our being that is tied in with the eternal cycle of life and death? It seems funny to imagine our physical body purely as a vehicle for whatever it is that we are. Lord. Oh my Lord. My goodness. Oh my goodness. We've done it again! By George of the Order. Breathe that in, everybody at home. Breathe that in. I'm setting up somewhere over there and calling it a day. As you see, it will be a day. I'm gonna set up right in here. Right in here. I'm not sure if there's bloody snake holes like everywhere I look around here, or if they're for something else. There, like they're literally everywhere. I mean, they'd be full of water though, wouldn't they? Another one there. Oh, that looks more dug out. Like, what is that? Are they? It's very wet. Are they frogs? I mean, I don't know. Do snakes like that wet earth? Very unnerving. But also is what it is. Dude, what is in there? What is in that labyrinth? What's coming out once that sun goes down? I'll be intent, it won't even matter. Won't even matter, will it? Don't worry about it, dude. Have fun. You haven't got time to worry about what dragons lay beneath you, dude. You've got 2 minutes left of daylight. Get that tent set up. Okay, well the good news is they definitely look like they've been dug out. See that? Again here, there. The bad news is they look like they've been dug out by something that's got hands. So I could be in for a grappling match. Like 1,000 v1 by the looks of it. Could be a long night. Keep the candles lit. Okay, I don't want to bother you too many more times, but we've got another issue, ladies and gentlemen. That is a mosquito. That is a mosquito the size of a small child. Imagine if like the king mosquitoes, like the big ones in the land, dug those holes. Just, it was their little skinny legs, but massive, pulling that dirt out of those little holes. And I've come out here with zero mozzie guard, because that's how I roll. Alright, she looks pretty good, the old Cedar Summit Telos TR2. Right, that sun is up behind these clouds, but we're going to get an absolute cracker sunset looking at this. So I'm going to throw some warm clothes on and get my beer out, I think. Have some more water, get my beer out. Let's go sit and watch this warmed up with a cold one. Chuck this on and just call it a day. Look at that sun hitting that ridge right now. Cheers, everybody. To that. As I stare out of the endless layers of the range,
Each ridge disappears into the next, as if fading from existence. It reminds me of the rough swell of the ocean under a clear blue sky, only frozen, like time is standing still, and the solitude of being so far from everything only adds to this surreal feeling that I'm the only person aboard a drifting ship, unable to correct its course. I get this strange sense that I'm here, in this moment, for a reason though. Like this place is telling me something, showing me something. My mind flashes to the busy streets of civilization, the floods of people passing each other as they go about their day, keeping a close eye on their clocks and instinctively feeling for their phone in their pocket, cars bumper to bumper, drivers anticipating their next chance to get ahead. It all seems very odd from here.
Oh my Lord.
Sitting here, one could also wonder if he had been transported back in time. And I'm reminded once more how important and how precious these unspoilt places are.
It's turned into a bloody nature emergency. Look at that sky. It is a nature emergency of the highest order. Alright everybody, something a little bit different tonight. This is a New Zealand company as well. Strive Food. This is a butter chicken. And not gonna lie, this is inspired by Outdoor Boys because he's always making bloody bread in a bag. So I'm just gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil to this and some water, 85 mils of water. Mix it up in there. Cook it in my bloody Cedar Summit pan. And then I'm gonna have it with my butter chicken. 85 mil. I don't even need this. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Don't eyeball it. Never eyeball it. Tablespoon. No, that's probably 2 lids. It's probably 2.5 lids. Oh, I already feel like I've put too much water in there. I haven't even put enough. What have I got in there? It's just flour, a little bit of baking powder, or you could use yeast, but baking powder is just a bit quicker, and a little bit of sugar, like a teaspoon of sugar. And that dough is perfect. It's not runny at all. I should roll it out, but this is a bush tactic. Don't need to. Okay. Oh, that's already boiling. It's looking pretty good. We'll take that off. Yum, good dough. Good dough, bro. I've got no spatula. I'm just gonna flatten that out in the pan. Not too shabby, is it, hey? It's rising. Just tend to your bread, mate. Tend to your bread. I might have to break that into 2 deliberate parts. 3 deliberate parts. Oh, yes, I made bread. Easily pleased. I've broken that into about 1 million deliberate, smaller, manageable pieces. If I had had a proper spatula, that would have turned out really good. I think you will agree. That's the genuine article. That looks a bit like smoke though. It's not burnt though. Oh my Lord. Oh, it's done. I don't think, oh, it's so good. Yum, what a meal. All right, everybody, moment of truth. Let's get a bit of that bread. I just far out. My finger just engaged the pan there, directly. Look at that bread. That's proper bread there. It's not even, you could buy that at a Turkish baker and you wouldn't even know that I made it up here on this mountain. Cheers. Oh my gosh. It's really good. I'm gonna be very full after this though, I'll be honest with you. That's proper. What does that remind me of? Just proper good bread. Very happy. Good morning, good morning. It's actually 8:20 at the moment. I've been reading some more of this Shackleton biography. Absolutely mental. Anyway, let's have a look what it looks like outside. Wow, look at the colours. Oh, coffee time. So I was just having another look at the proposed trail for this hike that they're going to build, and the campground isn't down at that little lake there, or pond, or whatever you want to call it. It's just tucked a little bit further. So you've got this little lake here, and then just on the other side there's another one where the proposed campground's going to be, and then on the other side of that ridge there's another lake where they're going to put the other hut. And then they're going to build a couple, I think they call them viewing shelters, because of the wet weather that they get out here. They were like, oh, we'll just build a couple shelters so that they can get wet but then sit in those wet and look out at the rain. Let's top up some water. I've just had to turn my phone off because I realized it's on 14%. So usually I'd have this on flight mode and it would last out here for maybe even 4 days, and I'll listen to music at night or a podcast or something like that, and you can still navigate with it. So it did an update about 2 nights ago, and what it must have done is it's turned on a whole bunch of roaming things, you know, that run in the background. But it's on 14%, so I've just turned it off. It's just an important reminder to always have a backup navigational device. Like I've got my Garmin inReach here, and where I am at the moment, it's fine. I know where I am, you can see where you are, I know how to get out of here and stuff. But depending on what hike you've got planned, if you were to, you know, your phone updates without you even knowing the night before you go, you could really get caught out. And I only say that because I think most people, just for hiking trails and stuff, are navigating with their phones these days, as am I. But again, yeah, I don't rely on it. Just an important reminder, hey. Okay, so last night we made some bread, and this morning we're gonna make some pancakes. Single-hander. 1.25 cups, I'm not even measuring. Ugh, mad dog. YOLO. Oh, the sun is coming out. It's time to get this fleece off. Ugh. Man, when that sun comes out up here, it really comes out. There's some choc chips in there. Throw some choc chips in there. Alright, let's cook them. I'm just worried it's only going to heat up in the center of the pan, as these things usually do on these little stoves. How good's that look? Choc chip, and what a view. Got no flip, we're gonna have to do old school. Oh. See, that's the olive oil that's burnt on the bottom there, which it shouldn't, because it's like a high heat cooking oil, but that burn AF. Go! Oh, not too bad. That one looks better though, hey? Look at it, it's nice and puffy. Yes. This is an absolute hot mess over here, just sunshine, burning legs, sweating, burning pancakes. That last one turned out even better than the second one. So it's just that first one. I might not eat that first one. I don't think it's worth it. All right, everybody, you'll be pleased to know that I've absolutely caked up with sunscreen all over. So we're all good. All right, we're gonna make our pancakes. 2 chunky boys, all right? Those are 2 very decent sized pancakes right there. Butter, just some. We've got some jam. I can't remember what this is. I think it's pepperberry. It's made here in Tasmania. And then last but not least, we have got the main ingredient, maple syrup, and no lack of it. Cue Ice Cube gangster rap music. There you go, hey? What do you reckon? Oh, look at it in the sunshine. I don't know why I'm showing you a shot like this.
Yeah.
Bon appetit, player. Let's eat.
Yeah, I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better.
Oh. We've done it again.
Hey.
It's outrageous.
Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era.
My original plan for this trip was to camp up near the lake that we were scouting at yesterday, and then leave the tent set up there today and hike over to, I forgot the name of this mountain, Goic Mountain, or Mount Goic, and then come back and stay in the same place with the tent already set up. But we ended up over here, didn't we? So I think we'll pack everything up, go up, probably find a spot by that lake to set up for tonight, and then we'll go for an explore along the range, and then yeah, camp at the lake tonight. Let's do that. So I'm just coming out onto the near side of Symphony Lake, or Lake Symphony. I just can't get over how pretty it is. Winding stream with the boulders, the pine trees. I think it's actually called Symphony Lake because of all the sounds of the insects and maybe frogs. It's really nice. It's so tranquil. Tranquil's definitely the word for this spot. There's a part of me that just wants to set up here and read my book and chill out for the day. But the day is young, so we may as well do some exploring. Look at that little section. Look at the plants growing here, the diversity. Looks like Pendani's wearing a little dress. Scorpion plant. Wow, that's a big one of these fellas. And then the pencil pines, that's beautiful, that's stunning. Look at that big gnarly one over there. Big twist in him. Back past Grace's pond. Okay, I've made it back up to the lakes, Tyndall Lake. So I want to try and get around to where that tall sort of sheer cliff face is, because from memory when I was up higher over there, there was a bit of water along the base of it. You know what, actually, I think that this might be the place that I eyed off from the top. I think that that's the sort of rock wall with the water against it I was thinking about. But we'll go up over there, but yeah, nice here. Too steep to set up camp anywhere though. It's pretty fancy. Be out this way too. Someone's camped down there, so we might leave that. We'll just go look over at the view. So the water actually, the lake runs off there like a little waterfall, you can hear it. We'll go take a look at that. It's flowing down from there. This place is so picturesque. Look at it just slicing that rock there. Over who knows how many years, just slicing this rock in two. So green. Look at that green belt down there. Pretty incredible. The whole idea was to find a spot to set up the camp, so then I could go exploring like this. But here we are, carrying everything on our back while we explore. It is what it is. So yeah, you can see the other tent over there, so we'll give them a nice wide berth. We're going to go further up along the lake. Another campground there. So just over my shoulder there, someone's camped in that sort of first really nice spot on the edge of that lake that we saw yesterday. So that was another place I was thinking I'd camp. So that's been ticked off. And you know what? That helps, because now I've got less options This is nice. Could be it. Alright, I've been here a few minutes now, just looking at maps and stuff, and meanwhile I've just had thousands of ants crawling up my legs and biting them, and it doesn't really matter where I seem to stand around here. I look down and they're literally just pouring up out of the earth, so probably not going to camp here. Alright, I've made a decision that I'm very happy with. There's this really cool flat area around here protected by these boulders here as well. Got a nice lookout over here, got that part of the lake, got that wall that I originally wanted to camp by. It's really nice flat firm ground here, no ants that I've noticed so far. And then it's got this swimming hole with a really nice spot here. I might just sit and bloody dunk my junk. Okay, here we go. We're going in for a little, very little dip. To be honest with you, it was a lot better idea about 5 minutes ago before the bloody wind picked up. Oh. Dunk the junk, dunk the goods. Oh dear. This is my most pathetic dunk I've ever done. Now I'm just doing it for the camera. I'm not even doing it for myself anymore. Count attempt number 75. Woo-wee. I've never been a fan of plants that grow underneath fresh water that should grow above water. I've never been a fan of that. So I ran a little test while we were gone having that little swim over there. I just left my pack on this spot where I want to set up the tent, and I figured if I come back and it's covered in ants, we find a new location. If it's not, then I'm quite happy to set up the tent, and it's pretty much got no ants on it, so we're camping in this epic spot. Yeah, boy. I've just been in here reading for probably about 2 hours now because it is bloody hot. I think today must have been the 28-degree day. There is a nice cool breeze, but it only sweeps through now and again. So I'm glad I didn't go for a big explore and attempt to hike up that other mountain. We made the right choice. Probably just chill out for a little bit longer and then go have another swim. So bloody nice in there. I'm just sitting here with my thoughts, having a ponder, and just going back to the walk that they want to build down there on the plateau. I just keep coming back to this one thought of, when you're out in the bush, like when I'm passing these people when I'm hiking, it doesn't matter who they are, it doesn't matter who I am, it doesn't matter what like rank in society anyone holds. All of that means nothing out here. And when you start building places and things like that, and being like, oh, if you pay, you know, $3,000, you get to stay in this cabin out here that we've had to build for you separately to the other people who can't afford that. That's when I think it's bullshit. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Ants crawling all over my coffee. I've become one with the ants, and they'll become one with me. Well, it's 7:30. It's been a long afternoon waiting out this sun because it has just been too hot to do anything. I've literally just been held up in there just to escape the heat of the sun. It has been a very, very intense few hours, that is to say the least. Well, I've got the perfect spot to cook here. We're going to make some more bread tonight. And then I've got one of the campers' pantries, cauliflower and pea dal, and this is really nice. I think that'll go perfectly with the bread. Hopefully I can nail it again. Look at that bread. Perfect, my hands are clean. Not a bad kitchen, hey? Bread is done. Leave that to sit for a bit. Pan off. Yeah, look at that. You can see it's perfect. That's the best bread I've ever made. Wow. All the colours are showing up over here. How's the serenity? I'll tell you how it is. Yum, 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 yum. Rip off a good chunk of that good stuff. Dip it in. Watch the colours of the world. I really needed this, hey. I felt like I was in a hole almost, just like a slump. Just the filming permit here in Tassie, not allowed to go off track and stuff. I've just been stuck, just like lost, not really knowing how to go about it. But I've gotten over that mental barrier. It was also just like a mental barrier as well that I'd created created by myself. Not just the permit. But that's what set it off. But I'm back, baby. It just feels good. It's so weird, the difference of how I feel now compared to how I've felt the last sort of couple of months. Yeah, like I look at it all now and I just think, like, what was that all about? So beautiful, but mosquito city, baby.
I don't know what will come of this place, if the proposed construction will go ahead, and what that means for the future relatively untouched areas of wilderness. I hope that my fears are proven wrong.
Cool shot. Except that I gotta come get you and bring you in, obviously. I'm gonna read for a little bit, shut my eyes and get a good night's sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, good morning. It's 5:30 a.m. Let's get up. Pretty stunning morning. Tell you what, I'm glad I got up that little bit earlier. Might have been wet. Keep Tassie wild, boys and girls. Keep it wild. Let's head down through the slosh. Farewell, Tyndall Lake. Farewell, campground. Hopefully we'll be back. I'm sure we will. Farewell, Symphony Lake. That was a beautiful spot down on the drop off there, overlooking those mountains. One of the best camps I've ever had. I was going to end this video down at the Troopy, but Grace has been doing some photography for like stays, like shacks down here in Tasmania. Some of them have been so beautiful, and fortunately enough for myself, I've been able to tag along. But when I hop in the Troopy, I'm going to drive to Waratah here on the west coast, and we're staying in the old post office. I don't know how old the building is, I'll have to double check, and it looks cool. It's just on this empty block. It looks so random on Google. We'll end the video there because you got to see this thing. It's really, really cool. And now we begin the descent. R.I.P. R.I.P. All right, this is where we're staying. Just show you from out front. Very small town. Had a nice chicken palmy and beer up the road there. Oh my lord. Whoa. What the hell? This is like another bloody video. Where am I? How did I just go from being out in the bush to just... I've been jetted back in time, mate. I've been jetted back in time. Just here to collect some mail. Well, thanks for watching, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed that adventure as much as I did. It was bloody awesome to get back out there, like I said, and what a little adventure it was too. Look after yourselves. Massive thank you to my Patreons for sticking around and helping, supporting and believing in me, and we're back. Thanks everybody. Catch you later. Matsy out.